One of the things I love about coming here to C3 is that you provoke me to think about particular themes in a new way, to talk to people, to read, and to research something related to what I do every day, but in a deeper way. And so when Leslie told me that the holiday teachings here were focused on home, on the warmth of home, on light, I took the opportunity to reflect on this concept of home. We all want, at least if we listen to the music, to be home for Christmas, where the love light gleams, if only in my dreams. But the more I ponder home, the less I know what it is. Is it the mistletoe and the presents under the tree? Is it where I live now? Is it somewhere that I used to live, maybe where I grew up? Is it a future hope? One definition of home reads, home is an ideological construct created from people's emotionally charged experiences of where they happen to live. Some of you who were there earlier are laughing. We've talked about this. The dictionary defines home as one's place of residence, the social unit formed by a family living together, or a familiar or usual setting, a congenial environment. Peter Somerville defines home by 7 key signifiers: shelter, hearth, heart, privacy, roots, abode, and paradise. Mary, who spent 10 months until a month ago homeless and living on the streets of Hartside, defines home as a place that she can now take a long, hot bath whenever she wants to. It is also a place where she's protected from abuse, and it means she no longer has to push her overflowing shopping cart of belongings everywhere she goes. What I want us to do today is to break down the meanings and definitions of home and homeless, so that we can truly be home for the holidays in a new way this year. In a few minutes, I'm going to invite the brilliance of the video work and storytelling of Tom Gunnels, who is playing the guitar up here, to bear on this reflection. But I want you to remember that nothing I say today minimizes the trauma of homelessness, or the fact that everyone who wants a home should be afforded the dignity of having one. I frequently said over my 5 years of working at Hartside that walking alongside folks living with homelessness or extreme poverty, I have been taught so much more, discipled so much more than I have ever given. And the primary truth of that has to do with the meanings of home and homelessness. I know homeless folks who are very much at home. And I know housed people who are very much homeless. In fact, have we not at all of us at times, been homeless in our lives? We're separating here homeless from the idea of roofless. Most of us can identify a time when we had a roof over our heads but did not feel at home. Some of us also know what it is to be roofless, to not have a roof over our heads. And there are a few people I've gotten to know over the years who, despite being roofless, are very much at home. These are the ones who teach me so much. They are self-composed, vulnerable, generous, joyful, honest. They are humble and clear in their purpose. Some of them have been loners. Others have a close-knit group of friends. And sometimes I think these neighbors of ours are showing us the way. They are teaching us how the world is our home, how all of the earth is our home. we can have all the most important parts of home wherever we find ourselves. So I want us to hear from some of these folks now. Something one of them says is going to stick with you. Yeah, go ahead. Something one of them says is going to stick with you. And it's going to, I hope, make you more at home in your experience of the holidays this year. So I'm going to ask that we listen for that. We're going to hear from 4 different neighbors. Let these neighbors be our teachers today. Let's allow them to remodel our homes this year. The first one we're going to hear from, and Sean is going to play along with, is a neighbor named Tim. Do we need to move the podium? Okay. He says no. If it's in your way, let me know. Tim, who Tom got to know out in his being up and down division, waiting on division, and came to find out that Tim wanted to get a hold of his dad and didn't have his phone number or a phone to be able to do it. So Tom did a bunch of research, had some friends do some research, and eventually found Tim's dad's phone number. And so this is what happened then. It's up on your screen, but it's not up on this one yet. There we go. And Sean's going to play along with it for us. I'm glad I'm not the only one who has technical difficulties. There we go. No. Who needs to hear I love you this year? Next, we're going to hear from Red a little bit. It's another one of the neighbors that Tom got to know very well. Just saw me. Yeah. He's been in a rehab program over in Flint now at the Salvation Army there for, yeah. Um, so Red was at the end of his road, really. He was at rock bottom. As far as home as far from home as he could be. I don't know how we get it off center, but that's Elmer. You're good. You're good. Keep going. And that's Elmer, by the way. That's not Red. Go for it.
Small boy Red. This is Elmer. I'm sending this to you to tell you to stay strong, number one, with that body. Stay focused with your seeing and clearly with those eyes. And do the right thing, number three. And you hang in there. Not drinking or partying for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but knowing what it takes for you to keep breathing. And stay in that rehab. For me. And for yourself, number one. I love you, Red. Elmer.
Some people can live this life for years and years and years. I know that for me personally, the opportunities that I have in life and the physical ability, the mental ability that I still have, I think this is I'm coming to the end of my road. And I think this is the best thing I can do right now is go to rehab, where I can spend ample amount of time thinking about my next move in life.
The satisfactions of coaching are endless. I believe that coach starts with so if you place the view of the coach, gain the satisfaction that you believe that they're not happy.
You heard him say recovery begins in community. Who do we know that needs community this holiday season? Then we're going to skip one. We're going to skip over to the Robin one if we can, Jeff. Here we go. So this is Robin. Robin's one of those amazing people who, while having her times of trouble and challenge, can also make the world shine. Some of her artwork is out back. And so let's hear and see a little bit from Robin. There's other waiting on division musicians playing in here, and Robin is also singing in here, which is kind of a new thing for her, at least publicly. It was an amazing. Was this recorded at that event? It sounds like it. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So this is Robin Streeter.
And I was different. I don't want to be the same. I want to abound. I Hey, we're there. We're all the same. Because I bleed just like you bleed. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I understand God. I think with that love. And I hope you come to see me very soon. At our side gathering. My name is Father. I can believe that someone loving just like you. Sitting here in the street, I can't believe that reminds me of me. And I hear the song that I love to sing. It can't get inside of me. I'm rapping, yes, I'm rapping, yes, I'm rapping, I'm rapping. I just think I can't do this world. Glad to know you, boy. I just think about it. I can't do this world. Glad to know you, boy. Glad to know you, boy. You can walk up against the rock. You high with it. When they're getting high, you gotta come back to me and be like, I'm right back to where I was. You didn't help me, you hurt me. But if you help me, I come down to our side, keep looking at my pain, even if you didn't buy it, it's because you paid attention to me. You hurt me, but you love me so much. I just want to say, sometimes you can get really long in the present. You think it's the end. Sometimes you don't want to go no more. I've been there. I just want to say, please don't give up. First, I was in a house, a beautiful house, closed in with all kinds of beautiful things. It didn't make me happy. I'm so happy being out here. See, you can be homeless and live in a house with everything. Never be happy. Never be happy. But when you give up all of those material things that you thought were so valuable, and you realize you can't take that stuff with you. It must be like me. It must really love me, you know? She even allowed me to shine. I mean, a normal person with two spoons. So I'm just hoping you guys can check out her side gallery. Give a person a chance that don't feel like they have much going for them. And they really do. They just can't see the potential.
Yeah, thank you. She, as Robin said, you can be homeless, and I can be homeless and live in a house with all kinds of things. I want to invite you to check out Waiting on Division on Facebook. So if you're on Facebook, just go on Waiting. I don't even know. Do you have to be on Facebook? Can you just Google it? It's a public page. Yeah. Just Waiting on Division. There's a longer version of Robin's story. There's a longer version of Red's story. Another story I was going to show today, but we're running long on time, is an artist named Lupe. Some of her artwork with me, incredible, amazing story on there as well. What I know is that if Tim, if Red, if Robin, and Lupe can find home in their circumstances, we can as well. As Glinda in the musical The Wiz says, home is a place we all must find, child. It's not just a place where you eat or sleep. Home is knowing your mind, knowing your heart, knowing your courage. If we know ourselves, we're always home, anywhere. And so I leave us with these questions. When and where will we make a small piece of home over these next couple weeks? For ourselves, for someone else, or for others? Thank you again. Thanks so much to Tom and Sean and Kameo and the other Waiting on Division musicians.